Are we bridgers?
We're bridgers.
You know what? If I can be candid with you, this is a fire. This is what it is to be candid.
Know what I mean, and the way she looked was way beyond compare. Ooh, now I never dance with another. Ooh.
But we're having this conversation and recognizing as I'm talking to my partner here, Sarah, is that we've got some imposter.
Yeah, the imposter syndrome is up. It's a real thing.
It's a real thing. It's a. We're gonna get
I tried to get the camera higher, but
it's just not doing it. So we're gonna slouch down in our seats.
Slouch down.
And it's the feeling, or the growing feeling for me. I can feel it in the belly as fear, saying we're never gonna actually go to market because, like, how the heck are we ever supposed to do this?
Probably looking.
How do you look? How do I look?
You look all right for sure, but we've actually
I'm Sarah DiFelice. This is
Tim Glover.
And we just came out of the swamp.
Yeah, we've been in the swamp for quite some time, so we weren't sure. Is this actually a
Do we
visage?
look okay?
Do
Should we go?
Okay? Yeah.
And you know what? We can sit on our butts and think for quite a while.
Yes.
I'm not ready to go. It's not perfect just as of yet. And you know what? We've realized that's just not life.
This is life. This is the
This
real
is life.
aspect of life.
What was the how you feel? What was that formula?
That we did?
No, that he was talking about.
Feel, felt, found.
Yeah, feel, felt, found.
I know how you feel. I felt that way myself, and what we found was.
And then
so that's the pivot.
What did we find?
Do you feel like you have a great vision and a whole pile of skill set to contribute to building this new world, and you're just not really sure how to apply that?
It's possible that you actually also feel that you had a whole pile of momentum building up and leading up to this pandemic. Who expected this particular shakeup? And so what we're suffering from is a lack of confidence in actually being able to even present something that's going to be successful. That's what when you turned on the camera, I thought, you don't believe we can actually sell this.
What are we selling exactly?
Right.
The more virtual you get, the more ritual you need. I'm Sarah DiFelice.
I'm Tim Glover. Ritual is, historically speaking, it's all about strategy, it's all about process, it's about meetings, it's about communication, it's about ongoing stuff, about stuff you made decisions about a year ago.
The mechanics of doing.
The mechanics of doing.
We would like to introduce you the mechanics of being.
It's post-pandemic. We got a whole bunch of people that are freaking out. What we need to add is we need to add stance in front of structure and sort of stance in front of strategy. You have to have a stance. Who are you? So you've fallen either asleep, or you have no understanding of what I'm talking about, or you've left the building. I think it's all of it.
I mean, I'm listening to you. I don't feel like there's anything.
No, there's nothing there for you. There's no solution. We haven't actually concluded on a solution that you can actually wrap your arms around and go, yeah, that's going to be successful.
No.
Because that doesn't exist in your reality.
Or I'm really digesting all of the ways to create this ad to make it be successful.
Okay. Good thing I got paper here.
We got paper. Did you find a piece?
So I got 3 tools: ping, 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 compass, nav key, navigation keys.
Did you know that your mouth moves when you write?
No, I didn't know that.
Technology is enabling us to actually grow our capacity. But those who are more heart-centered, those who could be the leaders of the next generation of business, those heart-centered leaders are still owning everybody's stuff out there. So they're oopsing all over the place, and they are in an identity crisis.
Are you oopsing?
Oopsing.
What's oopsing?
Oopsing, you spell it O-O-P-S. Owning other people's stuff. Sometimes call it owning other people's shit.
Okay.
That's me, that's my job.
We help people become a stronger navigator of complex environments, and we've had a lot of success with organizations who've doubled and tripled in size over the years by learning how to navigate transformation in their industries. And now what we have is a global transformation.
And in our coming together, we have enabled one another to realize just how much we've been oopsing to get outside of what we're calling a performance box.
Up is down, down is up. We have all kinds of disruption with technology because technology is now mandatory just to keep people actually connected.
This is us looking for a good shot for our ads.
Looking for a nice natural stance. We can just sit there and just talk in the camera and the wind's not blowing us over. So happening.
Season 2, episode 1. We are gaining
We're gaining much needed clarity.
So the point of docu-series or a reality show that is showing a business of a relationship coming together, saying, hey, we're aligned on our core values, on our purpose, on our mission. We have diverse skill set and background that can actually support one another towards that vision, but also support one another when our life was in a low.
Yeah, we're actually up is down and down is up.
Right,
We've been supporting each other consistently.
Yes.
So we've been authentic, we've been consistent, we've been honest to a really deep level. And the piece that I have been struggling with was I thought that the whole purpose of the Flow Responders show was about showing how. So to show how, there'd have to be some other overlay to say, okay, this is where they were in this situation, this is what they did, rather than this, they chose this way.
No, the how is for people who are paying. The how is for actual clients.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, this is just for people to get to know. This is our why. Why are we doing what we do, and who are we? Because nowadays, especially with social media and everyone talking about social media contributing to mental health and just what's happening in society in terms of leadership and top-down hierarchy, we're redefining what leadership is. And for me, a part of that redefinition of leadership is showing up, being vulnerable, showing up,
being authentic.
And I mean, authentic is such a word that's so thrown around because it's like,
cry when you feel like crap, get angry, say you want to shoot the other person, but really only in love. I want to shoot them with my love gun.
You know, and from a more prosaic, pragmatic perspective in a business, you know, there are people whose jobs it is to look ahead and forecast and say, you know, where is this service line going to be? Where are our sales going to come? Like, that's all still needing to go on right now. So we need new mechanics to be able to do that because the old ones just aren't.
So we're showing patience, we're showing consistency, we're showing vulnerability. For me, are important factors in leadership moving forward. And we're saying, hey, like our life experience of failures, our life failures are coming in handy to show that, you know, we've been through quite a few crises in our life and we have some mechanics which we don't need to explain how here because this is what we do with our clients.
Confusion always for me, because that would be more of a documentary, as I've said a number of times. So this is like a reality show, so you can look at it through the lens of a reality show. Wow, that person's in pain. What did the other person do when that person was in pain? How did they actually help them when they were in pain? Or how did they help them when they were in elation? And so it's a real, it's real. There it is.
Right. Well, and it's also just showing the growth and the evolution of, like, saying, we've been saying this from the beginning, that this life really is full of unknown and mystery, and business is changing, which we were saying pre-COVID. Now COVID's here, everyone's aware that business is changing, and everyone is aware that we all need to come to the table to help bring a new world together.
And the piece that we were looking at, we're running now to the store to get Toronto Life. So it's the
Toronto Life magazine
in the September, I guess, issue. Was saying about a new future. So it's really casting, here's new ideas about the future. So these are ideas that are coming from strategies, and our foundational orientation to this is you can have all kinds of ideas and all kinds of strategies, but who you are, your stance, is what enables those strategies to be carried out, because there's going to be all over the place navigation of challenges, good times, bad times, all types of things. So it's about the navigation. Who are you? How does the world work for you? And how does the world work for other people? And how do you navigate it to get these big ideas done. That's the part that doesn't get the ink. It doesn't tend to actually get the ink. It doesn't even get the attention in the business schools or in the education system because they don't know how to do that. They've always relied on external structure to push us along, and we just carry on and everything's going to be good.
Right, so even in that magazine they were speaking to this, which we've spoken about in terms of how we need to adopt a meditative stance, that we can really only deal with what's right in front of us, and that the world is full of unknowns. The world isn't predictable like we thought it was in this linear way. So how do we take these visions and take these strategies and put them into action to make actual change? So for me, having this docuseries is me putting my creative skill set together in terms of video and editing, and to say, well, I believe in synchronicity and I believe in this whole internal navigation, which is what we do with our clients, to say, well, this is my vision. I don't know what action necessarily, other than what I know what I can do. And
what you're also intuited to do in the moment.
And what I'm intuited because I've
navigation system.
Connecting my vision to my passion. And this is what we feel is important in terms of everyone coming into that alignment of their passion and their purpose with their personality, and understanding that, hey, what if we're here to actually be, to do what we love?
But if you can see the fireplace, it is very clear from the maple leafs, the beavers, and the Inukshuks.
The Inukshuk being the hardest thing to say in that whole thing.
That we are, in fact, Canadian.
We are Canadian. With our tea.
Cheers. Cheers.
Because like marshmallows were big back in the day. That's like a little heart thing.
Yeah, Sweetie, we were children in the 60s. Maybe things have changed.
Also, it could be that our hands grew, so these seem smaller compared to
our hands?
Yeah, like when you're a kid, it feels like, oh my god, look how big this is.
Relative.
You know, that's very true, because I had to go into the.
No, she's supporting that.
I had to go into the public. I had to go into the public school that I was a student in when I was a teacher, and I was stunned by how low the fountains were.
Yes. Yeah, I had the same feeling going into my elementary school. Like as a kid, it just seems like this huge place, and you go in as an adult, and you're like, look at this little
But do you
place.
look at your hands? Yeah. No.
No, but relative to a marshmallow that you hold in your hand would have been half the size.
Yes,
the marshmallow, on the other hand, doesn't stay the same. So there's something called relativity. Here's my wisdom.
And that Einstein guy.
Hey,
this is